Hey guys, welcome to WCFab. I'm Jason Wehrli. We're back in the new shop. Last video we did, the shop was still under construction. Been moved in for a few months now, getting settled in, getting things organized, and we figured we'd show you around a little bit on what we got going on. So we've got two new machines here in the machine shop to help increase production on our machine parts and working on a lot of new product and just to help with our lead times. So we've got a new Doosan lathe. We run a lot of high production parts in this one. Right now they're running the billet heater core fitting. Another new machine that we added when we moved in here is Doosan DNM mill. Right now we're running our LB7 billet Y-bridge halves. A lot faster than our other miller we had. We start out with this big billet chunk of material here and turn it into two halves, which will go through a second operation on the opposite side, and when complete, they'll be ready to be welded together. So moving out of the CNC shop, so everything that we manufacture for the side-by-sides is getting done in this general area here. We've got our Dragon CNC plasma cutter, our tube bender, tube notchers, and MIG and TIG welding obviously going on here. The Dragon, this has been a huge time saver for us. It's able to accept a full-length 24-foot round or square tube. It rotates and travels with a stationary plasma head. Coming out of the fab shop, we've got our raw inventory shelves. Everything that's not a custom one-off part is essentially on all these shelves. Large batch of traction bars sitting right here. Just got welded, getting ready to head back to the SANDBLAST room. So we got a nice quiet powder coat shop right now. Everyone's on lunch, so we can run through here and you can see how everything works. So all the orders are in the bins, and then they move through the prep area here where the parts get sandblasted before they do their final inspection to go get powder coated. So after they move through the SANDBLAST booth, do some final sanding, inspection, cleaning, masking to mask off the areas where we don't want powder coat. And then they're waiting to get hung from the powder coat racks to be powder coated. From the old shop to the new shop, we tripled our powder coat equipment. We went from 2 ovens and 1 booth to now 6 ovens and 3 booths. We have our 2-stage area and our single-stage area. So we've separated our single-stage, 2-stage area for a little more efficiency and to get higher production capacity out of the shop. We used to run 2 shifts at the old shop, and we don't have to do that anymore. All the finished product comes out of the oven, cools down, and then after cool down, goes through the final inspection process where they remove any plugs, caps, tape, any masking that was on the part prior to coating for the areas that you don't want the coating. Do final inspection, buffing, any imperfections, cleaning, polishing, and then the parts get bubble wrapped, and then they're ready for the shipping department. So we've got a lot more space in this area than what we did before. We can stage a lot more product. We've got a lot more workstations for the shipping. You know, we can have 5 to 6 people essentially working on packaging, which is triple what we were able to do at the old shop. But this is where all of the additional components get put into the boxes, your hardware, hoses, fittings, clamps, silicone boots, billet machine components, whatever else, gaskets, O-rings, whatever else might be going with that kit. And everything gets boxed up and ready for ship out. We've got all of our dock doors here, UPS, FedEx, and freight. And then everything on the shelves is a lot of our product that we stock in bulk. Waiting on some stuff to be installed still, but essentially this is going to be our sheet metal zone. We got our new Trump True Laser, 4,000 kilowatt laser machine. So all of our sheet metal components, whether it be an airbox or a brake cover or a coolant tank, flash guard, bumper grills, this machine, once it's set up and operational, will have the capacity to laser cut in high production stainless, aluminum, and steel from 22 gauge all the way up to 1-inch thick. And then any part that gets a bend process to it will then go through the CNC brake where you're able to put the bends in the parts. This is a new addition to the shop. We did not have this equipment at the old shop. a huge process that we're bringing in-house that is going to both aid in quality, lead time, new product development. When we're working on new product, we'll be able to run prototype parts much quicker, hopefully offer new products sooner. Yeah, it's nice. Obviously, the new building is climate controlled. We had a pretty nasty hot week last week here in Illinois. Very high humidity, high temperatures. It was a brisk 75 degrees in here, so that's awfully nice to have. Good productivity and a lot nicer work conditions.
Great, next.
Moving into the fab shop here, right next to the CNC shop. They kind of run side by side. Fabrication shop is where we build all of our fabricated components. We've got 6 TIG weld stations currently over here, but we've got a lot of space to add more if we need. So we've got band saws and manual mills for adding holes and slots and things like that for intake pipes. So everything that gets welded essentially comes out of this part of the shop. This is where all of our TIG welders work. Everything's built in pretty large batches, like I said earlier. Try and be as productive as we can on our product that is our most popular, higher selling. Here we've got some components that actually just came off of our brake. This is a laser cut sheet. It has multiple bend processes in it, and it will get another component welded to it. And this is our air box for the 2017 to 19 L5P. So these are over here waiting to be welded. Rear differential covers, another example of a laser cut piece right out of 1/4 inch sheet aluminum. This will actually go to the CNC department and get the holes drilled in it, as well as an O-ring groove machined into it. Another station just off the edge of the fab shop here. We've got quite a bit of room for expansion. Again, with the new shop, we laid out every division in the shop has a section to it with room to expand so that one shop doesn't interfere with another shop for bringing in new equipment or future expansion. A big problem we had in all of our past buildings is every shop had a bottleneck and didn't have room to expand when the time came. So when we laid out the floor plan here at the new place, we made sure every area had room to grow without interfering with anything else in the shop. Another nice area that we added to the new building here is our engineering and programming office. At the old shop, we had multiple offices where our engineers and programmers worked out of, and it was not very efficient. So we've got one nice big office now where we've got several engineers and a couple guys that do our CNC programming, all housed together since they work very closely together in product development, CAD design, and things like that. So we got one nice big engineering office which is centered on the shop and looks right out into the CNC department and fab shop. A lot of time, obviously, myself and Ryan there, going in and out of that shop, working with those guys on new product and things like that. Moving over into our performance shop on the edge of the building, quite a bit larger than what we had at the old building. We've got a total of 8 lifts now, 2 posts and 4 posts, as well as our alignment rack, which we did not have before either. So we're able to do alignments now. Heavy duty 18,000 pound alignment rack, so we can handle the big dualies, utility truck, cabin chassis type trucks, things like that. Tire mount and balance. So this shop worked out really nice. We've got an entry door and an exit door with a main aisle down the center with lifts on one side and flat bays on the opposite for the projects that are here a little bit longer. We got a much larger clean room, the transmission assembly room, but everything related to all of our Allison building works through this room. Disassembly usually happens outside, and then all the assembly happens in here. Same with any engines that we're building. So much nicer, larger space than what we had at the old shop in here. There are a lot of trucks in the shop over here. Performance installs, service work, lift kits, repairs, transmissions, head gaskets, engine jobs, a couple engine jobs over here next to us. A lot of Duramax and Cummins, but we do work on Powerstrokes as well. And down the far end of the shop here, we relocated for a 3rd time our SANDBLAST room. So any of the components that do not fit in the blast cabinets go into the blast room, whether it be large side-by-side parts or traction bars, or even some outside work that we do. So we've got powder coat strip and wash down area. Customers changing their color, or if it's just old powder coat and someone wants to freshen it up, it has to go through a chemical strip process. Parts sit in there at a higher temperature. In that liquid for a period of time, comes out, and then we wash the product down to get all the old powder coat off before it can go through the sandblast process to get recoated. Then we also have our ceramic spray booth. Same booth that we had at our old shop. We've been doing ceramic for several years now. All of our high temperature components, exhaust manifolds, downpipes, all getting sprayed in our wet ceramic booth. New shop's about 3 times bigger than what the old one was. And I'm okay having some empty spaces because every shop in the past we've moved in and filled up pretty quickly. So it's nice to have some breathing room around here. We'll be set here for a long time, I hope. If you got any questions about our processes or what we do in-house, any of our capabilities, feel free to leave us a message below in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching.